Hey, this is Papa from StreetFighterTradingSystem.com. Alright, so I'm back for the level 99 Papa Ninja script. So basically, on last video, I don't know if you remember, so now we're at level 4, I think. So on last video, we were at level 3. The idea of this level 4 will be to find a way, okay, to find a two-legged pullback automatically. Okay, so this video will be in two parts because the first part to be able to find two-legged pullback is to first understand how to find pivot lows and pivot highs, right? One thing that I see is that I still see many people that don't even know how to count, right? So this is a disaster. Because if you don't know how to count, you cannot move forward. As I said, you will be a punching ball and you will lose all your money. So the prerequisite is to first understand how to count, right? So I'm gonna remind you guys how to count, and I think that I'm gonna put this place. So this video is gonna be on the Ninja script, but I'm also gonna put it on the playlist. I think the playlist, which is I think the lesson 2, right, on Shoryu trade. Okay, so I'll put it there because I still think that maybe, I don't know, maybe it was not clear on the way I explained how to count. I'll put it at the end of the video, so it will be 2.5. So for those who look at the playlist 2.5, you will have a way to basically where I re-explain how to do counts from end to end. Okay, so let's get started. So last time when I basically showed the script automation, I showed you how we can get started with Ninja script and how we can count the number of bars, right? So this is it. Now the next step is, as I said, to be able to build automation of two-legged pullback. I know that some people, by the way, are selling indicators. So honestly, you shouldn't buy. Why would you buy this? Don't buy this. Do it yourself, or even I will put it on the description below. So on the description below, I will put the final output of the video. Part 1 will be how to count basically pivot and when does it reset. Okay, because it's important also to understand the logic on when does the pivot reset to be able to count again. Okay, so let's get started. First, we need to understand what is a pivot. Okay, so a pivot low, I'm going to do it on the low side, and then I will let you replicate it on the upside. Okay, so a pivot is very simple. So first I'm going to put the drawing tool. So drawing tool. Okay, so drawing tool tile is by default on NinjaTrader. Huh? You don't need to call it. But anyway, so a pivot is basically this. It's when a candle. So to have a pivot, first you need 3 candles. Okay, so let's say this is a candle, this is a candle, and this is a candle. Okay, so to have a pivot, let's say that this is the low of your candle. Okay, well, I'm gonna draw the candle. Let's say the candle is this. Okay, this and this. Okay, so in lesson number 1, by the way, I explained it, but maybe some people didn't watch my videos correctly. But a pivot is basically when you have one candle, so you need 3 candles. So you have this candle, which we will call maybe candle 2. Okay, this candle 1, and this candle 0. Okay, is the current candle. So candle 0 is the current candle. 1 candle before is candle 1. 2 candles before is candle 2. Okay, so what we need is candle 1, the current candle, which is low, which is above the candle 1. Okay, and then we need the candle 1, which is below the low, then candle 2. Okay, so the formula, I repeat, is this is the candle 0. Okay, candle 0 has the low. Okay, so the low of the candle 0 is greater than the low of the candle 1. Okay, so this is the first condition, and the second condition is that the low of the candle 1 is below, so lower than the candle, than the low of the candle 2. Okay, so those are the 2 conditions to be able to so I'm going to put this and I'm going to put an end. Okay, those are the 2 conditions to be able to have a pivot low. Okay, so flip side for pivot high, but so those are the two conditions, okay? So it can happen also, so if you have several lows that are equal. So let's say you have this. Okay, so you have this, you have this, you have this. Okay, this does a kind of an equal low. Okay, and then this. Is this a pivot? Okay, so this low is equal to this one. Okay, so over here, this low is equal to this one. Is this a pivot or not? But yes. Why? Because here, so this it's still true. So this will be, let me note it down, this will be candle 0. Okay, this will be candle 1. This will be candle 2. And this will be candle 3. Okay, so this thing is a pivot, and it becomes a pivot as soon as this thing goes higher than those two ones. Okay, of course here since we have 4 candles, the pivot is based on 4 candles. So here the condition if the low of candle 0 is greater than candle 1, then it is. And if, okay, I have this, the other condition, and if low of candle 1 is equal to the low of the candle 2, okay, and here it's if the low of the candle 3 is above, right, so greater than the low of the candle 2. Okay, so this is also a pivot. Okay, so I will put candles because after people are going to say, what the fuck are those stuff? Those are candles, okay, the low of the candles. So they can be green or red, we don't fucking care. What we care about for a pivot low is the low, okay, the low of the candles. So of course it can go infinite. So if I have 20 candles that are equal lows, it's the same thing, right? Let's say I have 20 candles equal lows, and then I have one candle that is higher and this candle that is higher, then it's a pivot low, okay? So this is the definition of a pivot low. So let's try, now that we know the definition, to code it out, right? Because to be able to find two-legged pullback, we need to find pivot low and pivot highs, right? So I remind maybe, before we go into the part 2, what is a two-legged pullback? So a two-legged pullback is basically if I have one pivot, a second pivot, okay, and that's it. Okay, so this will be one pivot low, another pivot low, I have one pivot high and another pivot high. And this will be called a two-legged pullback because it does a one leg and a second leg. Okay, this will be first leg, second leg. And so this part, okay, over here, it's the first leg. And the second, so I don't know how to put it, but you understand, right? So this part here, from here to here, yeah, maybe let me, so from here to here, it's the first leg, and from here to here, it's the second leg. But from a programmation point of view, right, what we need, actually, is to find this, which is a pivot low, okay, first pivot low, second pivot low, okay, so I need 2 pivot lows, and I need 2 pivot highs, right? If I have 2 pivot lows and 2 pivot highs, so meaning I have a pivot high, a pivot low, pivot high, and a pivot low, it's a two-legged pullback, okay? So example on the chart. So let me find over here, okay? So this, for example, it's a pivot low and it's a pivot low. Here I have a pivot high and a pivot high, so it's a two-legged pullback. Why? Because we have pivot high, so again, the drawing tool tile, right? Okay, so I have this first leg over here, this is the first leg, and this is the second leg, okay? And if I have a candle that goes higher than this one, then it's a second pivot. So this is the pivot low, okay? Pivot low over here, pivot low, and then here it's a pivot high, okay? Pivot high, pivot high over here, okay? So That's why we need, as a first step, to code the pivot before even we are able to count two-legged pullback. Actually, doing two-legged pullback is very simple. The most difficult part is actually to find pivot, okay, and to also reset the pivot. So let's do it. Let's try it out. So to do it, first I need to open a NinjaScript, new, then NinjaScript editor. Okay, I go into indicator. So on the previous video, as you know, I had a level 99 NinjaScript. So I'm gonna create a new indicator, new, and then we're gonna call it the level 99 pivot low. Okay. So next, the indicator is gonna be on bar close, and I'm gonna do overlay on price, generate. Okay. So once you do this, it generates a code. So we are happy. Now, but we need to start coding. As I told you, we start coding over here, right? And NinjaScript say add your custom indicator logic here. So that's what we are going to do, right? So the first thing that we need to do actually is to say to NinjaTrader that we have enough candles that are printed on the screen, okay? So to do this, to say to NinjaTrader that we have candles that are printed on the screen, we need to do if, right, current bars of 0, okay, is greater, it's not lower than 1, okay, then I return. Okay, so in all your scripts, you should put this line of code. And usually me, I put 11 candles. And the reason is because I go up to 11 equal lows for the pivots. Okay, so this line, you should add it. Why? Is just to say to NinjaScript that you can start computing when there is at least 11 bars that print on the screen. Okay, so start counting when there is at least 11 bars on the chart. Okay, 11 candles if you want. Okay, so this is the prerequisite. You should put it on all your script. Second thing is we need to define what is a pivot low. Okay, so a pivot low, as we said, so we go into this definition, we need 3 candles. Okay, so we need the candle, so I'm going to put it here. Okay, we need the candle 0, the candle 1, and the candle 2. And we need to just put this definition into place. Okay, so so someone is writing me emails at the same time, even we're on Sunday. But so first I need to set the definition of a pivot low. So I say I need to create a boolean, which will be my pivot low 1. Okay, so the definition is this: is if the low, okay, of the candle. So the low, by the way, this low is a predefined function of NinjaTrader to find the low of a candle. Okay, so if the low of the candle 0 is greater than the low of the candle 1, okay, and okay, we said if the low of the candle 2 is greater than the low of the candle 1, then we have a pivot. Okay, so this is my condition. Now that I have my condition, so this is the simple condition that we put in place, we need to print it on the chart. Okay, so to print, I don't know if you remember when we did the lesson on the previous lesson, I said that to draw we need something called draw text. So I'm just going to copy paste the draw text of the previous lesson, and I'm gonna say if I have a pivot low, okay, I'm gonna draw inside the screen on the current bar. Okay, I'm gonna show. Okay, I'm gonna draw something, a string that says pivot low. Okay, PL. I'm gonna call it PL. Okay, and then where am I gonna draw it? I'm gonna draw it one candle. So when I have a pivot, right? So when it is gonna compute, it is going to compute at candle 0. But me, I want to draw at candle 1. Okay, I don't want to draw at candle 0. So I'm going to do a -1 on the offset. I want to put the drawing at candle 1. Okay, so that's why what I'm going to do is that I'm going to put it at the low. Okay, I'm going to draw it at the low of the 1. And I'm going to put it at one tick below so 1 point, sorry, below the low of candle 1, and I'm going to put it in white color. Okay, so I repeat, every time I'm going to see a pivot low, I'm going to draw something. So I'm going to draw what is called PL, and I'm going to put it one low below the low of the bar. Okay, so once this is done, I execute, so I compile the code. Okay, now that the code is compiled, I can go into my chart and load the indicator. Right, so let's check it out. Let's check out what it's doing. Okay, so I do indicator, certified trading system, not sorry, level 99, pivot low, apply, and boom. You see this? It is putting a pivot low, but not on the low, by the way, of the candle, which is bad. So what have I done is here, it's not at 0, but I need to put it one. I need to put it one candle before, okay, as I said. So I'm going to do this. I compile it again. Then what I do, I go back into my chart and I reload the script. Okay, I reload. And boom, magic. So what is it doing? It is putting a pivot low on this candle, okay? So what I want to do, this is strange, by the way. It's not plus, but minus, I think. So over here, not plus, but minus 1, not plus 1. Okay. So again, I compile, I look into this, I reload. Okay, now I have it. Okay, so I see here that, so this I can eliminate it. Okay, that it's pointing all the pivot lows. So pivot low, this is a pivot low, this is a pivot low, 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 and so on, right? But it's not taking into account also this pivot low. This is also a pivot low, right? But the problem is that we have 3 candles that has equal size. Okay, so we need to take this into account also. The candle that has 3, 2, 1, 4, 5, 10, 20, right? So to do this, but I just gonna do the same formula. But what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna do if the pivot low, okay, has 2 equals, so this will still stay true, then this will not stay true. So if it's equal n, okay, I have this. So if the 2 is equal to the 1, but the 3 it's greater than the 2, okay, so this condition is this one. If you remind, so this one, for example, I had 2 equals, so 2 is equal than 1, but 3 is higher than 2, and 0 is higher than 1. This is exactly the condition that I code over here, okay? So I code this, and then I say, maybe I put a third one, just for fun, okay? So normally I think you can stop at 10. I did like a count on the entire chart to see up to how many equal lows we can have on a single day, and the maximum I found is 5 equal lows, right? But let's say that you want to go, for the purpose of this video to not last 20 hours, I will only go until 3, okay? So 4, and this is greater than 3, okay? So if I do this, then I need to create a pivot low, which will be, it's either this, okay, or, so to do or is this specific syntax with 2 bars like this. If it's PL1 or PL2 or PL3, then it's a pivot, okay? So here I'm gonna put if PL, I draw. And let's check if the pivot that is here, that had basically 2 equal lows, 3 equal lows, if it's considered into account. So I do this, I do refresh, and boom, now I see pivot low appearing. Okay, so now that I have my pivot lows, I can do the same thing for pivot highs, okay? But I'm not gonna do it. What I'm gonna do, I will do it on the next video. What I want to talk about now is the reset, okay? Well, actually, let me do the pivot high, because it's so damn simple that, yeah. So I have my pivot low, and let me draw my pivot highs, Okay, so I have my pivot low here. What I'm gonna do is I'm simply gonna draw. So it's good also to put comments on your code. Huh? Don't do like me. So this is the pivot low calculation. And then I'll copy paste and do the pivot high calculation. Okay, so up, pivot high calculation. So instead of low, I put high, ph, up, ph3, up. Well, the definition will not be from the lows, but from the highs, right? And so I take this, I copy paste it everywhere. Up. So I could do replace in Sublime, but I'm lazy to do it. Up. Okay, then I have this pivot highs. I need to change the sign. Of course, it's all reverse. Okay, so up. Because it's the flip side, so you flip your head and you flip the signs. Okay, and then I'm gonna put it in. So here it's gonna be the high. Okay. And here is going to be the high +1, and I'm going to put it in white color also, pivot highs, and here I'm going to pivot high, and here pivot low. Okay, I need to change the name, if not it will not be able to draw correctly. So this will be for the lows, this will be for the highs. Pivot highs, I have it all. I up. Then what I do is that I reload, and then I should have the pivot highs. So I have my pivot highs and I have my pivot lows. Okay, so now that I have this, the next step is, before I cut the video, is to understand when we have something called a lower low and when we have a lower high. Okay, so a lower low is basically when it's a low here, and if I have a lower high, it's a higher low, sorry. Lower low and higher low. So a higher low is if this low is higher than this one, the previous one, then it's a higher low. If this low is lower than the previous one, then it's a lower low. Okay? So what I want to do is to be able to say higher low here, and here lower low. Okay? Here it's a higher low, lower low, higher low, higher low. Why this is again a higher low? Because this low, this pivot low is higher than this one. Then higher low, lower low. Why? Because this pivot is lower than the previous one. Okay, so I need to be able to do this, because if I'm not able to do this, I cannot know how to reset a count. And this is all the thing. When does a count reset? A count reset basically when you have a pivot low that is lower than the previous one. Okay, so I repeat, a count resets when you have a pivot low that is lower than the previous one. Okay, so this is very important, because all the guys are always asking me, is it a reset, is it not a reset, I don't understand. Yeah, and also I don't know, I know some other people, so like the people like Michael from Day One Traders, or Riley, they don't even explain it on their free video, because I guess they want you to buy the course. But the idea is, counting pivots is very, very simple. First, you need to know what is a pivot, and I showed you what is the definition of a pivot. Second, you need to know when a pivot resets. And 3, you need to understand that to be able to have a two-legged pullback, you need 2 pivot highs, okay, and 2 pivot lows. Okay? Once you have this definition in mind, it's very easy. Okay, but anyway, so let's continue and try to find higher low and lower low. Okay, so how I'm gonna do this? But I need to be able to keep track of the low of this one and the previous one. And okay, so to keep track of it, but it's again very easy. It's nothing is complicated, to be honest with you. All the stuff that I'm showing you is ultra mega super easy. Okay, so the first thing is I need to put a logic. Okay, I need to say, if this current low, okay, is lower than this previous low, then it's a lower low. If it's higher, then it's a higher low. Okay, so it's just a if-else condition. Okay, so but let's try to do it. Right, let's try to do this. So first I need to initiate a variable. Okay, so I need to put into a variable, okay, on the top. I need to initialize my previous lower low, previous low, current low. Okay, so current pivot low. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to create a double, right? So I'm going to put it as private, double, and I'm going to create a variable that will keep track of the current pivot low. Okay, so it's going to be a double. Then I said I need something that's going to keep track of the previous pivot low. Okay. And then I think it could be good also to keep a variable that will keep track of the previous lower low. Okay. So previous, so private, double, previous, lower, low equals to 0, 0. Okay, so now that we have those variables, I just need to do if-else condition on my pivot. Okay, so my pivot was here, I'm going to say, okay, so the current pivot low, what is it? It's equal to the low of 1. Okay, so this is my current pivot low. If I'm here, let's say I'm on the graph. Okay, you are here. Let's say you are here on the chart. Okay, so I have my chart over here. Well, I'm going to remove the pivot high because it's cluttered as fuck. So let me remove it first. So where? I'm gonna comment this. Okay, up. And I'm gonna reload my chart. I'm just gonna keep the pivot lows for the moment to find higher low and lower low. Okay. So let's say I was in this candle. So here, let's say I'm on this candle. You see that the current low is this, right? So I need to say that the current pivot low is the previous candle. Okay, the low of the previous candle. So it's what I put here. Okay, I say basically that the current low is equal to the low of the previous candle. If I do this with bracket, it means 1 bar ago. Okay. Then once I have this, I also want to now put my logic. What I say is if, okay, my current pivot, okay, low is lower than my previous pivot low. Okay, so I haven't defined yet what is the previous one. I'll tell it. So if I have this, if my current, let's say higher, okay, it's higher than my previous. But what is it? It's a higher low. Okay. Are we clear with this? If the current is higher, if the current low is higher than the previous pivot low, it's a higher low. Okay. So I'm going to put HL and I'm going to put higher low over here. Okay. But then I need to initialize my previous. Yeah. So this will be my higher low. Sorry. Okay. So this is said. Now I need to do the logic when it's a lower low. But when it's a lower low, it's if the candle is lower or equal. Okay, even if it's equal, it's also a reset. It's even a lower low. Okay, so it's a lower low if it's lower or equal. This is very important. If it's lower or equal, then it's a lower low. Okay, so I'm gonna put this. By the way, here I'm going to put 2, right? So that it's not inside the pivot low. So I'm going to put it a little bit lower. And then what I'm going to say this here is my actually my current lower low is equal to low of 1. Okay. I don't know why I said previous lower low, current lower low. Lower low And I'm gonna say previous lower low. Previous lower low. Okay. So my current lower low is gonna be equals to the low. So if I have the condition where it's lower or equal, I initialize the current lower low, which is equal to the previous low, which is equal to the low. Okay. So once I have this, it's pretty much done, right? So I just need to compile, and the last thing that I need to do is to keep track of the previous pivot low. Okay, so one is gonna run is gonna say this, boom, 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 and I need to keep track of the previous lower low, right? So once all this is finished, previous pivot low is equal to the low. Okay. So let's resume a little bit what we have done. We have put the logic to say what is a higher low. This is the current. So one is going to see a pivot low, is going to say that the current is this. If it's higher, it's a higher low. If it's lower or equal, it's a lower low. Then at the end of this, I need to keep track of the current pivot low. Like that, the next time that is going to loop, okay, one is going to go to the next time, is going to keep track of the previous, and I will have the current. So I'm able to compare the current and the previous pivot low. Okay. So once I have this, I execute. Okay. And then I check what it is doing on my chart. So normally I should have lower low, higher low, higher low, lower low. Okay. So I reload. Lower low, higher low, higher low, lower low. Boom. It's done. Okay, now that we have this, we have done the most complicated stuff. Okay, so of course, when you will see like, let's say Mac or Day One traders, what they will say is that they will also put a count on this. Instead of putting lower low, higher low, higher low, lower low, they will have a count. But it's fairly easy to have the count. What do we have to do? Is to first initialize a count. So private double, let's say count of pivot low. Okay, and I'm gonna put it as 0. So the count is not a double, it's an integer, right? Because it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I initialize it like this. So the count of the pivot low, it will be at 0 at the beginning, and then it increments every time that I have a pivot low. Okay, so the count of pivot low, if I have a pivot, right, its count of pivot low is equal to count of pivot low plus 1. Okay. And if I have a lower low, it resets. Okay. So if I have a lower low, the count of the pivot low comes back to 0. I execute. Okay. And then what I do is that I reload. Okay. Of course, I need to draw the count, so I haven't drawn it. So let me put here a drawing of the count. So where the fuck did I put it? Here. So draw, count. Okay. And I'm gonna put it like maybe lower 3. Okay. Count pivot low. So here I need to count. Here, what is the count gonna be? It needs to be the number, right? So I need to put count pivot low. I need to use the toString function to transform the integer into a string. Okay, and then that's pretty much it. The count, let's say I'm gonna put it in green color. Okay. So boom. Yeah, I put it here. Green color. So I execute. So basically, when I have a higher low, it needs to increment. When I have a lower low, it needs to put the count at 0. Okay, let's try if it's doing it or not. So I reload script. Okay, 3, 1, 1, 2. So why is it? So it seems to be embedded. So 3. Sorry, 2, yeah. I read the script because here the way it is showing it is embedded. So 3, okay, because it's a higher low. So if I go back at the beginning, okay, so I have, this was my higher low, okay, my lower low, sorry. I have then a higher low, 1. I have a higher low, 2, okay, because every time I have a higher low, it increments higher. Then I have a, by the way, what's happening? There is something strange over here, so let's check it out. Okay, because here, I don't know why I copy paste this over here. Okay. Reload. Okay, so 0, 1, I have a higher low 2, I have a higher low 3. This low is lower than this one, so I reset the count. Okay, so this is how basically you have pivot and how the count resets. Okay, so you see, extremely easy to code. Okay, so I will put on my file. So I don't know if you remember, I created a specific file on the description of the video. So of level 99. So where is it? It is. So let me click on it. Details over here. This document. Okay. So on the description of each of the video of the level 99, I put a doc where I basically open source the code, so you can try it out. So just here I had like how we call it, PineScript, but I also gonna do like NinjaScript. So you had here my first code on NinjaScript. So go into the description, you can see the code, how to find pivot to be released on the next video. So here it is already released. So we're just gonna copy paste the code. Okay. So the code is this. Pivot highs and pivot lows, current bar. I put this over here. So you can try it out on your own. I put this, then I put it beautifully like that. You guys will not say, oh fuck, the guy doesn't know how to copy paste code. So there's another control block. Start. Once I'm doing this, so also what I want to say is, so up format. Okay, the code is formatted, so you can copy paste and have it out, right? So you can put it in the lower, so it's not cluttered too much. And there you go, there you have it. Okay, so also on the description below, I will put the code that I've done for my own pivot lows over here, which is a little bit better because what it does is also it gives you the possibility to customize the color. Okay, so I call it pop-up pivot high, pivot low. And it gives you the possibility to customize 1, the color, 2, the font size if you want to. So if let's say you want to put the count at 30 size, okay. So very, very big. Because so you see here it's very, very big. Of course, don't do this, don't do 30, it's maybe too big. But you have the possibility to do it. If you want to put it, I don't know, 2 ticks, 3 ticks lower than the candle, you can also do it. Yeah, so me usually, by the way, so I don't know what I have done. I've loaded 2 times the pivot low, but basically it gives you customization, and I also did something to only look 2000 bars back, because drawing basically stuff on your chart on NinjaTrader, it consumes a lot of how to say, a lot of resource. Okay, so don't plot too much stuff. Why is it showing twice? I don't know, because I have 2 times the pivot low and the pivot highs. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for the first part. So we will see on the next video, okay, how having the count you can have 2-legged pullback. But it's pretty much easy. It's just a rule. The rule will just be to do if-else condition. If I have basically 1 pivot high, so 2 pivot highs before and 1 pivot low before this candle, then I'm pretty much done. Okay, so I need to have this I need to have. So this, by the way, is it a two-legged pullback? No, because I don't have another pivot prior to this. Okay, but this is one. So I have this pivot high and this pivot high. I have two pivot high before this pivot low. So yeah. So this was Papa from StreetFighterTradingSystem.com. I'll see you on the next video.